Okay, picture this. Your phone buzzes, text message, "Hey, can you help me move this Saturday?" And immediately, your brain goes into full panic mode. You start sweating, your heart rate spikes. You're literally having a stress response to someone asking for a favor. But here's the kicker. You hate helping people move. Like, you'd rather get a root canal while watching paint dry. But what do? You text back, "Sure, what time?" Because apparently you're allergic to the word no. We've all been there, right? That moment when someone asks for something and your mouth just betrays you. Your brain is screaming, "I don't want to do this." But your mouth is like, "Absolutely, I'd love to sacrifice my entire weekend for you." It's like your mouth and your brain are having a divorce, and your mouth gets custody of all the conversations. I swear, I've agreed to things I didn't even understand. Someone once asked if I could help with the thing on Tuesday. What thing? I had no idea. Did I ask? Nope. I just said yes and figured I'd Google it later. Spoiler alert, it was helping them install a ceiling fan. I'm afraid of heights and electricity. But there I was, Tuesday night, holding a screwdriver like it was a magic wand. Here's my most embarrassing confession. I once said yes to being someone's wedding photographer. I don't know how to use a camera. Like, I still take blurry selfies by accident. But this acquaintance from college asked, and I panicked. "Oh, you do photography now?" she said. And instead of saying, "No, you're thinking of someone else," I said, "Yeah, I'd love to capture your special day." Capture her special day? Who talks like that? I spent the next 2 months watching YouTube tutorials. How to hold a camera without dropping it. What is focus and why should I care? Wedding photography for people who accidentally delete photos. The wedding was interesting. Half the photos were of my thumb. The other half were artistic shots of the ground. I called it my abstract period. But it gets worse. Because once you're known as the person who says yes to everything, word spreads. It's like being on some kind of favor exchange program. People start lending you out to their friends. "Oh, you need help moving? Call Sarah. She loves helping people move." I do not love helping people move. I hate it so much that I've developed a very specific anxiety about cardboard boxes. I see a moving truck and I start hyperventilating. But somehow, I became the unofficial moving helper of my friend group. I've helped more people move than actual professional movers. I should put it on my resume. Excellent at carrying heavy things upstairs while questioning my life choices. Then it escalated to even weirder requests. Someone asked me to house sit their tarantula. I'm terrified of spiders. But did I say no? Of course not. I spent a week having staring contests with an 8-legged nightmare named Gerald. Gerald and I did not become friends. Another time, someone asked me to be their +1 to their ex-boyfriend's wedding as emotional support. I don't even know this person that well, but there I was, slow dancing with a stranger while her ex got married. The bride kept giving me dirty looks. I wanted to be like, "I don't want to be here either, lady." The final straw was when my neighbor asked me to watch her pet snake while she was on vacation. A snake! Not a cute dog, not even a weird cat, a literal serpent. And I said yes because at this point, I think my brain had just given up. I'm standing in her living room, staring at this glass tank with a python inside. She's explaining the feeding schedule. "Just drop the frozen mouse in on Thursday." Frozen mouse. I'm a vegetarian. I once cried watching Ratatouille because I felt bad for the rats. But here I am, agreeing to feed dead rodents to a snake named Mr. Whiskers. Who names a snake Mr. Whiskers? That night, I had an existential crisis in my bathroom. I'm looking in the mirror like, how did I get here? How did I become the person who feeds mice to snakes for people I barely know? I felt like I was living someone else's life. A really weird someone else. That's when it hit me. I wasn't being nice. I was being a people-pleasing zombie. Just shambling around saying yes to everything. My own life had become a side quest in everyone else's main story. I was the NPC who gives you potions and directions, but never gets to go on adventures. And the worst part? I was starting to resent everyone. Not because they were asking for help, but because I couldn't figure out how to say no. It's like being angry at a door for being a door, when you're the one who won't turn the handle. I realized I was treating the word no like it was cursed. Like if I said it, I'd turn into stone or something. But here's the thing about the word no. It's literally 2 letters. N-O. It's shorter than hi. It's shorter than me. It's definitely shorter than, sure, I'd love to help you move your antique piano collection up 3 flights of stairs. My first real no was to my aunt asking me to organize her garage sale. I hate garage sales. They're like estate sales, but with more emotional baggage. She called, and I could feel the familiar panic rising. But then I thought about Mr. Whiskers the snake, and Gerald the tarantula, and all those blurry wedding photos. So I took a deep breath and said, "Actually, Aunt Linda, I can't help with that." The silence was deafening. I thought maybe she'd hung up or died from shock. But then she said, "Oh, okay, I'll ask your cousin Mike instead." That's it. No guilt trip, no dramatic gasp. She just moved on, like it was a normal human interaction or something. Who knew? Now, I'm not saying I became a no machine overnight. I didn't go full hermit mode, but I started treating my time like it actually belonged to me. Revolutionary concept, I know. I began asking myself, do I actually want to do this? And sometimes the answer was absolutely not. And you know what? That's okay. I'm allowed to not want to help you reorganize your spice rack. I'm allowed to skip your cousin's art show. I'm allowed to say no to being your fake girlfriend at your high school reunion. Yes, that was a real request. No, I did not say yes. Character growth, people. The funny thing is, once I started saying no to things I hated, my yeses became more meaningful. When I help someone now, it's because I genuinely want to, not because I'm trapped in some weird people-pleasing prison. Here's what I learned. Most people respect boundaries way more than we think they will. The ones who don't, those are the people you definitely should be saying no to. It's like a natural filter system. Say no, and the reasonable people say, no worries, thanks anyway. The unreasonable people lose their minds. Boom, now you know who's who. Also, turns out saying no is a skill, like juggling or parallel parking. You get better with practice. My first no's were like, I'm so sorry, I can't help you, but maybe I can do this other thing instead, and also here's $20. Now, they're just, nope, can't do it. Clean, simple, revolutionary. These days, I help people because I want to, not because I'm afraid they'll stop liking me if I don't. And guess what? My friends still like me, the real ones anyway. Turns out, people don't actually want stressed out, resentful help. They want enthusiastic help or no help. Those are the only 2 good options. I still get the occasional weird request. Last week, someone asked if I could teach their parrot to swear. I said no, not because I was being difficult, but because I don't speak parrot. And also because that seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Progress, right? Look, if you're someone who says yes to everything, I get it. You think you're being nice, but really, you're just being scared. Scared of conflict, scared of disappointing people, scared that if you say no, people won't need you anymore. Here's the plot twist. The right people will need you regardless. And the wrong people? Who cares what they think? Start small. Say no to one tiny thing this week. Watch the world not end. Then try it again. Eventually, you'll realize that no isn't a bad word. It's just honesty with better boundaries. Your future self will thank you. And they'll probably have more free time to actually enjoy their weekends, instead of feeding mice to snakes named Mr. Whiskers. Still can't believe that was my life. So there you have it. My journey from people-pleasing zombie to actual human being. If you've got a story about the weirdest thing you've said yes to, drop it in the comments. Let's all feel better about our questionable life choices together. And remember, saying no doesn't make you mean. It makes you honest. And honestly, that's way better than being the person who accidentally becomes a snake babysitter. Trust me on this one. Your boundaries are your power. Don't give that away. Stop living everyone else's life and start living yours. If you're ready to break free from people-pleasing prison, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Want more life-changing stories that'll help you build unshakable confidence? Smash that subscribe button, because your transformation story starts now.